Hey friends, it's Ashley and today I have a new layout in my Traveler's Notebook. This is the Studio Calico October Letters Home Traveler's Notebook and I have it in a clear color cast designs album cover. And I'm just getting started here with a large photo. I sized this to 4 by 8 and printed it on my printer at home. This is a photo from September when we went up to the Smoky Mountains. And I really liked the sentiment on this page. That was already one of the pattern papers in the Traveler's Notebook kit, and it says "You are golden." So it reminded me of this photo, and I wanted to document it because yellow is my favorite color. Sunflowers are my favorite flower. And these are just kind of some little wild flowers that were growing up there. And I just snapped a quick photo on my phone. I wanted to add some stamping, so I used the October stamp subscription stamp set with this. That's hard to say. And then also an older Studio Calico stamp. I don't even know what the name of this one is, but it had a little flower shape that I wanted to use. And so I just stamped some of the leaves from the stamp subscription stamp. And now I'm going to go back and fill those in with some color. And I kind of just double stamped just to get some of that color off because I didn't want it quite that dark, and then stamped again for a third time just to have some variation, just so those colors would not look completely the same. And I like that the stamp subscription set from September, or I'm sorry, from October has the build-a-leaf kind of shape. You could do the outline, which I did in black, and then you can do the inside part. And there is also kind of like the little center piece that goes in the leaves. I did not add that for these, but you could do that also if you wanted to. And so I'm going to finish cutting I'm going to finish stamping these, and then I'm going to fussy cut each one and add them to the left side of my page. And also there was an acrylic paint included in the Documenter kit for October, and so I wanted to use it. It was yellow and it matched the flowers in my photo. And so once I had stamped the little flowers, I let that dry for a few minutes because I used a Ranger archival ink, so once that's dry it won't smear. And I just used the paint to paint over those flowers. I used a little bit of water with it because I wanted some variation, some of them to be a little darker and some of them to be a little lighter. So I did water some of it down just to get the look that I wanted. And so I'm just going to cut all these out, and I'm just going to do the leaves here first, and then I'll get the rest of those cut off camera. But I thought that would be a good way to bring some of the yellow over to the left hand side of my layout, just having these cute little flowers. And you can see I'm almost finished fussy cutting with these, and I didn't make it perfect. It's just kind of a little messy. That's how I wanted it. I didn't want it to be completely perfectly cut out, so I'm just cutting around those edges of the stamping. And once I have all of those cut, I'm just going to kind of place them on that left hand side, just kind of scattered over that side, and just kind of having them spaced out on the page. And I really do like that pop of color, and this is kind of an unusual color scheme for me. I probably wouldn't normally do like a dark orange, yellow, and green together, but I do like the way that it turns out at the end. It's a really cool layout and just something different that I normally wouldn't do. And then I'm just going to use my adhesive here to put these down. And I'm not going to make you watch all of that. I'm just going to do a little bit more here, and then I'll finish doing the rest of that off camera. So I have all of them in place, and I want to start embellishing. So I grabbed just the main kit, and then I also had the Documenter kit. And so I grabbed everything pretty much out of those that I thought I might want to use. And I love the cards from the Documenter kit, so I grabbed those out. And then I had these little transparent pieces. These are from Golden Wood Company, and I'll always like to have some pops of black because I just like the contrast that black adds to scrapbook layouts or traveler's notebook layouts. And so I had these two pieces that said currently and right now. So I just added those at the top and bottom of the page on opposite sides. And I wanted to go ahead and add my date, and I just stamped that at the top also. And one reason I like these cards in the Documenter kit is because they are great for layering behind your photos. You can use them for journaling spots. And I also like to fussy cut if there's something included, like a little phrase or an image that I can fussy cut. I always like to do that. And then this one had a little phrase on it, and I cannot remember what it said. I'm trying to see if I can see what it said. I think it was everyday something. I can't remember for sure, but I wanted to add that on that left hand side also. And so I just used my tiny attacher to add a staple to that and then glue it down with my adhesive there. And I do want to add some stuff on the right hand side also. I'm looking to see if there are any other things that I want to add to the left hand side. I decided to use one of these little banner pieces over my photo, and I stapled it also to have a staple on both sides of the layout. And then I've still been using these little stickers. I love these, and this one says "for the record," and it brought that orange color over to the right hand side of my layout. So I really liked having that pop of orange. And I wanted to stamp some things, and so I grabbed some white paper that I had in my stash, and I'm just going to stamp some of the sentiments from the stamp subscription. And it says love this season, and then I'm going to also stamp love this. And once I get those stamped, I'm going to use my paper trimmer to just trim those down and use them kind of to embellish over my photo. And I also wanted to stamp on my photo. So this stamp set is from the Documenter kit, and so I just used it right here under the sticker, and it says "My Happy Place." I like to stamp with the archival ink on my photos because once it's dry, it will not get on the other side of your page. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut these little strips here. I also like to add white to my Traveler's Notebook layouts. That's also a good contrasting color for something like this where you have a lot of color going on. So I'm just going to get these all trimmed up here. And I like to use repeating phrases or any kind of little phrase strips. So having this stamp set with these phrases on them is perfect for that because you never run out. You can stamp them as many times as you want to. You can stamp it on solid paper, you can stamp it on pattern paper, you can stamp it right onto your pages or your photos. So you have lots of options for that if you like to add little phrases to your layouts or pages. And so I'm just kind of adding these like off center. They're not straight. I just wanted a couple of crooked things because everything was kind of straight on the layout. So I just wanted to kind of mix things up a little bit. And I didn't really do any journaling, but I just wanted to add the Great Smoky Mountains to this page so I could remember where the photo was taken. And I don't love my handwriting, but I decided to do it anyway. So I'm hoping to get a typewriter for Christmas, and so hopefully you will see some typed journaling. But here is my finished layout in the Traveler's Notebook and a close-up. I hope you enjoyed my process video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, I would love for you to become a new subscriber, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.